Everyone, Joe Axman here, the mediocre astrologer. Man, he's okay. What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. In this video, I want to look at the United States Sibly chart and the upcoming lunation cycle, secondary progressed lunation cycle, because I bet you did not know America is about to have a new moon, secondary progressed new moon, and that's a big change. It's a big shift for America, right? And what it means for America. And so, yeah, let's look at it. But just before I begin, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, book a reading with me, macrogoldmachine@yahoo.com. Also, I just signed up for Patreon, and you can join that. There'll be a link below. I don't have it delineated yet as far as what people will get, but I hope to figure that out at some point, and we'll see. I mean, if you just want to support me, especially right now, my time of need, it would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, I'll try and get that developed. And it's not something I'm very familiar with, but I'll try and figure it out. All right. Anyway, let's get right into it. All right, here we have the United States Sibly chart, July 4th, 1776. This is the standard one that everyone uses. I'm not going to go over it really too much because I've done that in the past, but it's a pretty strong chart. Sag rising, Jupiter exalted. Jupiter's the ascendant lord in Cancer in the eighth whole sign house, seventh, eighth. But we could see like a lot of eighth house activity, which is, secrecy, hidden things, psychology, domination, occult. America is deeply occultic, right? The CIA, Cancer, Mercury and Cancer in the eighth, right? Um, yeah. So in here we have like American aggression, American, sort of having our hands everywhere, Uranian technology, Mars, that sort of thing, right? Moon in Aquarius, we the people, all that. South node in proximity to Pluto, destructive past, right? But let's look at the secondary progressed cycle of United States of America. And this is, I forwarded it to the exact time when it's the exact new moon. It's coming right up, November 27, 2024. What could be happening in November of 2024? I wonder. Oh yeah, the most important election of right now, right? The United States presidential election, and a huge one because of the impact, it's basically Biden versus Trump all over again, right? And what happened in 2016? Huge, 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 huge change. And this is a little bit after the election will be November 5th, but it's still going to be right there. Like if I don't want to mess up the date, but if we go to November 5th, it's still going to be, I'm not sure exactly when the moon moves into 19 degrees Pisces, but it's exact November 27th. And what else is interesting? You can't really see it here. Jupiter still exalted in Cancer, conjunct the sun. Let me show you. Jupiter stationary and trining the new moon, new lunation. Just so you're familiar with, the last lunation was 1995 in Aquarius, and the degree doesn't exactly matter. It was somewhere like, well, we can no, I don't want to go back, but it was somewhere around 19, maybe like 17, or wait, it could be like 21 degrees, right? But anyway, somewhere around there. But 1995, that's the time when I just looked up the history of it. Let me see. That the big thing for America was let's see. This was the first year the internet was entirely privatized, with the United States government no longer providing public funding, marking the beginning of the information age. America Online and Prodigy offered access to the World Wide Web system for the first time this year, releasing browsers that made it easily accessible to the general public. So that's very Aquarian, right? And it happened right on the new lunation, the secondary progressed lunation cycle of America, where America led the way with the internet, basically privatizing the internet, making the is the birth of the information age happened at America's secondary progressed lunation cycle in Aquarius in 1995. Now we're headed to a new, we've ridden that out. We've seen that full cycle. We're just about to hit a new lunation cycle in Pisces. And initially I was worried because I'm all like, okay, well, Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces right now, and we're having all this like, you know, crisis of truth where nobody knows anything, everyone's lying, and nothing makes sense. Everything, it's just like all bullshittery everywhere, fake news, confusion rampant, and just like yes means no, no means yes. Everything is backwards, everything's flipped upside down, and people are buying into it. Like everyone's just lost their mind, like with the woke ideology is just like going to the nth degree, right? Where just like logic is nothing. Logic is just like throw logic out the fucking window. We don't need logic. We don't need truth. We don't need facts. We're just gonna believe whatever we fucking want to believe. Like, you know, we can all identify as unicorns and um a cat or whatever, right? Like I don't know. Like nothing is real anymore. Nothing's real, right? 2 + 2 does not equal 4 anymore. 2 + 2 equals whatever the fuck you want it to equal, right? And so, I mean, that for me being a Virgo moon is very concerning. Interestingly, this is exactly opposed to my Virgo moon at 19 degrees Virgo, right? But the good news is that Jupiter's fucking stationary in the secondary progressed cycle, and Jupiter is the main planet for America because it's the ascendant lord. Jupiter is exalted and stationary, so this is extremely powerful Jupiter, and it's dignifying the Sun at 13 degrees, the secondary progress, the natal America's natal Sun, but it's also trining, dignifying this, and in mutual reception with Jupiter. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, but Jupiter rules Pisces, Moon rules Cancer, and but yeah, not exact, but because Jupiter is stationary and blessing this lunation cycle from Cancer, it's extremely positive, actually, right? And so this could be America's spiritual awakening, right? With Jupiter blessing the lunation cycle in Pisces, where Pisces, on the higher end is extremely compassionate, extremely spiritually oriented, mystical, psychic, right? So this could be like a huge spiritual awakening for America in this new cycle that we're just about to get into, right? I don't know what it means for the presidential election. Like, I'm not going to make a prediction. This so and so is going to be elected. I could see, like, yeah. I mean, the North Node's at 25 degrees Cancer, the same degree as Joe Biden's ascendant Lord Jupiter in Cancer, but it's also conjunct Trump's Venus and Saturn by 2 degrees. Trump's Venus, right? And then Saturn by 2 degrees. So it could be, it's anyone's game as far as I'm concerned. That's not the point. Point is for America, this is extremely positive, right? Venus also in domicile here in Taurus. And we'll look at the houses. Yeah, Mercury's in Capricorn. That's great for technology and internet and advancement and all that. Trining, and I mean by sign, not by degree, but Uranus and dignifying Uranus in Gemini. That's quite good as well, right? It's got a biseptile, well, with Vesta, I guess, but anyway. Venus is opposed to Saturn, which isn't great, but Venus is in good dignity here. So, yeah, I mean, and then Mars also is not in great dignity. So, I mean, it's not perfect. It's not ideal. The South Node is separating from Pluto. So America's past is yeah a sore point for a lot of people. Pluto, Capricorn, right? You, destructive tendencies for the aim of material wealth and building that sort of thing. But it's separating, so it's going to become less and less of an issue over time. So that's really good. Neptune is in really good dignity with the nodes, even though it's in Virgo, which is probably a good thing, right? We need some Virgo with all this Pisces, right? Airy fairy imagination. I mean, great. We need Pisces, but we also need the let's be realistic, right? And so Venus in Taurus and Neptune in Virgo, that's gonna help. I mean, at least to some extent. Venus, opposed to Saturn as well. Saturn's in Scorpio, so that's very Saturn in Scorpio is very sort of controlling, um, very strict leadership, dominating leadership, right? Scorpionic kind of leadership. And so that's going to be opposed to people enjoying themselves, having fun, right? Let's look at it on the natal chart. So that's in the fifth house. Venus in the fifth house. Venus. So yeah, people are going to want to have fun. People are going to this lunation cycle where Venus is the exaltation lord of Pisces. It's in good dignity in the fifth house. So yeah, so people are going to want to have fun. They're going to want to have kids. They're going to want to make money and enjoy themselves. Romance, fun, games, entertainment, all that's going to be really good. This is in the fourth whole sign house, even if it's not on the angle of the IC or the sign of the IC, it's still going to bring in elements of home, homeland, politics. Um, Probably it'll be very liberal in orientation and generous, which America generally is. It's supported by this Jupiter in Cancer, but it's still going to be overall good, right? Good natured because Jupiter's blessing it, right? And there's a mutual reception with Venus and Jupiter. And Jupiter's stationary. Stationary planets are the most powerful, the most potent, the most special, the most unique. And it's Jupiter exalted and stationary, conjunct by 2 degrees the natal sun. So, yeah, it's still the eighth house. So dealing with other people's money, resources, shared resources. So you know what? I think people, even though the economy looks like it's going to crap right now, I think there is a saving grace, and I think that people are going to want to reinvest in American dollars after this election. Hopefully it'll be Trump. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Hopefully it'll be Trump because Biden's fucking terrible. He's just a garbage human being, and he wants to destroy everything, right? Like that's his plan. I know you. Some people think he's a good guy and he wants the best. He does not want the best. He wants the worst, literally. He's a terrible human being. He's a Satanist, and he fondles little kids and like he has pizza parties with Obamas and where they, just trust me, they're bad people. These are bad people. Trump's not one of them. That's why they're trying to bring him down. Anyway, um, so Mars is conjunct Saturn in Libra. Saturn's really good. I mean, the natal Mars, then the secondary progressed. That's not a great combination. Mars is, it's a day chart, so Mars is going to be the most malefic. So Mars is going to compromise government, authority, rule of law, all the Saturnian things that America has really been strong with in the past, right? Justice, legal, fairness. Mars is going to corrupt it. Mars is not shit, but it's the malefic. It's in Libra, so it's harmful, right? It's harming our sense of justice, our sense of law and order and authority. It's making us weak, right? But it is separating, so that's gonna, over time, it's gonna fade. We're over the peak, over the hump of that, right? America's Saturn's in Scorpio, so yeah, I mean Saturn in Scorpio is not exactly dignified like it is in Libra. Scorpio's sort of give me take take like I'm gonna take what's mine. You don't get a choice sort of thing. It's very dominant, very heavy-handed, criminally oriented potentially. But it is in a water sign, so that is potentially harmonious with the new lunation cycle. So hopefully the Saturn will behave better than it has. But American justice right now probably not at its peak, not what it could be. Let's see. Yeah, Mercury, secondary progressed Mercury close to our moon. So that's actually quite good, I think, because moon Mercury combinations really allow the heart to be expressed, right? The heart to be communicated, especially in Aquarius. So like American freedom, right? People can like write about it, shout about it, talk about it, and it'll be heard because it's meeting up with the moon, right? The heart of America, American freedom, American liberty, right? And then now people can express that with the Mercury being here in this lunation cycle. And this is going to carry over, right? This energy is going to um, carry through the whole 30-year secondary progressed lunation cycle. It's a 30-year cycle. The next one will be in Aries, right? In the fourth house, it'll be all about like war and independence and individual, you know, individuality, and we'll see how that goes. But this one is going to be special. This 30-year period is going to be very, very unique for America. Um, Pisces is about loss and dissolving boundaries. So there could be elements of that as well, right? There could be things that get lost, things that get dissolved, right? Things that I don't know. I mean, it's hard to really say like how this is going to manifest because it's like what? Like we're going to lose the government? I don't think so. But we could see a very, very liberal policy shift, right? For better or worse. But overall, it seems like it's going to be very positive. And like I think it's like a spiritual awakening of America, right? Where people re reawaken their connection to God, to spirituality, to higher truths. And yeah, so that's my take on it with the Jupiter stationary trining by 5 degrees. It's not applying, but still it's quite good. It's over the sun. Right? I think overall it's really good. Let me just pull up the transits that, um that'll happen at that time exactly, November 27th, 11:08, when this is exact. I picked the time where the moon is exactly conjunct the sun. And it's November 27th, 11:08 p.m. In Philadelphia. All right. And we see that Saturn and Neptune are also in Pisces, reinforcing this Piscean theme of spiritual awakening, spiritual maturity. Hopefully not too woke oriented, but I imagine that's going to be a prominent theme. Um, but hopefully for the better, right? North Node will be in Aries. This is almost looking like an eclipse, but I mean it's not really because um yeah, it's two different things. But anyway, actually the eclipse is happening in Aries at 19 degrees. So that by degree wise, it's not in the same sign, it's semi-sextile, but that there may be some connection there between the April 8th eclipse at 19 degrees Aries and the secondary progressive lunation cycle at 19 degrees Pisces. All right. Let's see what else. We got a Jupiter and Gemini, which is again America's ascendant lord in the seventh house, opposed to Mercury and Sag, and that's a mutual reception. Neither are in good dignity, but they do dignify each other. So that's, hopefully going to be a positive thing. I mean, it's a negative thing at first. Jupiter and Gemini in the seventh is like all talk, very generous, but kind of empty. Mercury and Sag is, yeah, it's similarly like just expanding the intellect and communications, and very Sagittarian, so highly expressive, right? But kind of empty at the same time. But if these two can sort of come together, and they can draw benefits, right? In the mutual reception kind of way. Like it's like mixing of energies, or combining of energies, first and seventh. So anyway, that's interesting. Not great, but not terrible, right? Moon will be in Scorpio over the secondary progress Saturn at that time, which at least by sign, by element, it's trinal, even though Moon in Scorpio is not great. Um, Sun will be in the first whole sign house. So that's interesting. Definitely sort of strengthening that. Um, the ascendant. Um, yeah, I mean Venus. I don't know what else is really relevant here. Um, but Uranus will be in the sixth. Where's Pluto? Pluto will be in Aquarius at 0 degrees at this time. So that's probably good. Probably good. I mean, I like Pluto in Aquarius better than Pluto in Capricorn. So for yeah, bringing activating the Aquarian theme, with the Mercury as well, that seems good. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to draw attention to that. That's going to be a huge event for America, November 2024, with the new lunation cycle, 30-year period in Pisces, right? The last one marked the freedom of the internet, the unleashing of the internet, right? And we lived that through. Now we're going to have a Piscean theme 30-year lunation cycle. So interesting. And America leads the world in many ways. So this Jupiter stationary is really, really hopeful and promising in Cancer. So very, very interesting. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, subscribe, book a reading with me, macrogoldmachine@yahoo.com. That's my email. And consider joining my Patreon and let me know. I don't know. You can leave a comment down below. I need to figure out, I was gonna say let me know what you think about what you want in the Patreon, but I don't really know if I want a lot of suggestions for that. I just need to figure it out. But anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Mediocre astrologer signing off. Meh, I'm okay. um I should probably stop calling myself mediocre astrologer. Maybe that's having a negative impact on people, but I don't know. We'll see. At some point. Anyway, um, guys, laugh it off, take a victory laugh, win before you win, as I always say, and all that. All right. I'll see you again soon. Bye.